right, so this will be your first project. It's going to be a solar system. Let's get started. Click on New, and then go to File, and go to Project Window. And we are going to change this file location. Click on New Project, and then call it, first click on New Project, and then call it Project 1 _ solar system. Change location. Make sure you know where you put it. So I made a folder for draft 290, and let's select that and hit accept. And then once you're done there, this is a part of the initial saving process. What Maya does, it sets up a bunch of different folders that's needed for modeling, animation, and everything in between, rigging, all of that. So let's save the scene. It's automatically going to put this in that same folder under scenes. And so we'll just name this project 1 _ solar system and save as. Done. And now we're going to start. I'm going to break this up into a few different parts. And so first part we're going to do is create the planets. And so what we're going to do is add a sphere. And then we need 9 more planets. So if you hit Control D 8 times, we'll have 9 planets total. There we go. And we can see here that we have 9 spheres total. And that's what we want. I clicked right here. This is a outliner. So this will be good to see. And now we can name the planets. Hit Control D one more time because I forgot about the sun. So we need to name these. Go ahead and name these. This will be the sun. And this will be Mercury. And name the rest. I'm going to pause it and name the rest. And so, all right. So for those of you that don't know the exact order, here it is. So Sun, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. Right now, I'm going to show you a little bit about the files that were made when we saved this project. So this is the Project 1 solar system. I click in there, you'll see all of these different files. This is all needed to create and animate. And so scenes, this is where our current working project, working file that we're using is located. Right, in this part, we are going to, right now, all these spheres are stacked up within each other. So we're gonna have to separate them. And we're also gonna have to mess with their sizes because the sun is obviously much bigger than any of the planets. Earth is smaller than Jupiter and Saturn and some of the other planets. So we're gonna mess with the sizes as well. In order to do that, we're going to have to open up our channel box. So if you don't already have it up here on the side, what you can do is you can right click or left click, hold, and drag, and see how that turns blue? Let it go, and then this will end up here. You can change the direction of your channel box tab. I like it on the side, so if I just right click and then right click and hold, and then just click on the right tab, it's right over here. Anyway, so let's get started. So now what we're going to do is we're going to move these over. The sun phase we're at. Mercury, we're going to move over an increment. We're going to move the planets in increments of 5. So 5, and then notice how that is moved. And then we're going to go to Venus. So let's change that to 10. So like 5, 10, 15, 20. We're going to do that all the way down. 10, 15. And I'm going to do the rest. So I'm going to pause it, do the rest. And so you can see what it looks like afterwards. But each of them should be 5 apart. And so, but we're moving from the center. So you're going to have to add. So the last one I did was 15. Mars should be 20. You get the pattern. All right, so now you'll notice that all 10 of these are separate. The only thing that's in the center is the sun. And so that's at 0. Mercury is at 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Pluto. For argument's sake, let's say Pluto is still a planet. We'll just leave it. Now, I could have moved these individually using the move tool, which is the letter W, and just move this, and that would have worked just as well. But, for this exercise, this was just much easier to move these in 5 increments. So I just wanted to show you the move tool and the translation tool. Yeah, so just introducing the translate function and the move tool. So let's carry on. And just so you know, these might be just temporary spaces for now until we start scaling. And so when we scale, I like to scale from the top. If you push in, oops, let's go back to, there we go. If you hit your space bar, your top view is right here. And so if you move your cursor over to here, hit your space bar again, now you're in the top view. And just to recap, if you use your mouse wheel, you can zoom in, zoom out, but if you hold Alt, you see how it's much smoother. And if you depress and hold the mouse wheel, it is a pan function. And so just want to make sure that is covered. Now, this is an orthographic view, which means there's no perspective on this at all. So they all look the same. This is not a perspective view. This is an orthographic view. Just want to reiterate that. And so this is a great view for changing scales. And so we're going to change these scales right here. So I'm just going to click on Shift and click on this first one, X, and then Z. And this first scale is going to be 0.3. So that'll be Venus. I'm sorry, Mercury. Venus is going to be 0.8. Let's go back over here. Got to make sure all 3 are 0.8. Earth is going to be 0.9. Hold Shift, 0.9. Mars is going to be 0.04. Oh, no, not 0.4. I'm sorry, 0.4. Jupiter is going to be massive, so it's going to be 10.2. And Saturn is also going to be massive, so that'll be 8.3. And let me zoom out. Let's see, this will be 3.3. So Uranus is 3.3, and it's got swallowed up by Saturn. Neptune, let's see, Neptune is 3.2. Enter. And Pluto, which some could argue that this is not a planet, but for argument's sake, it is a planet. Let's go ahead and separate these. Let's use the move tool, the letter W, and move these. So this is going to be temporary. Oops, See where Pluto's at. He's way out there. Neptune. Let's move him closer to Pluto. There we go. Neptune. Let's do Uranus over here. And then Saturn. And Jupiter. And there we go. We'll toy with those later, but now we got a good sense of where everything's at, and nothing's getting swallowed up by each other. Okay, good. I like. So now we're going to make Saturn's ring. Let's zoom in. Now I'm holding Alt and depressing down to pan over. So we'll make Saturn's ring. And to do that, we're going to use a torus. So we're going to get that. The tool we're going to get is go to Create NURBS Primitive and go to torus. And let's use our pan. So the torus is right here. We need to move that over to Saturn. Let's continue to move that in the center. And then we're going to have to scale this. So come over here to scale. And I mean, we could scale this by hand by pulling this out, but let's do 8.3 to be precise. There we go. And we're gonna do some other things to this. So, all right. So then we have to adjust this, and to get a good sense of adjusting the torus, let's go ahead and hit the space bar and go hit the space bar again into this mode. All right. Alt, slide over, Alt, and left click. Alt, and if you hold down Alt, ALT, and left click and hold, you can orbit around. And so we need to change this scale. So to do that, we can scale it with the letter R and grab the green and bring it down. So now, if you pay attention to the channel box over here, we know which one we need to change because that's the only one we messed with. So let's bring this back down. Doesn't matter, we're going to put 0.025, enter. And that's going to be our ring for Saturn. Okay, so what's problematic about this is that obviously the ring is touching Saturn. We don't want that. So we need to use the attribute editor. And that's right up here in your top right corner. And it's this one right here, attribute editor. And so we are going to get into changing this. All right. So go ahead and open up that attribute editor. Click on this Make NURB Torus 1, and we are going to change some of the information here. All right. Now we're going to change the radius to 1.5 and the height ratio to 0.25. Now you can see, let's move this over here, attribute editor, go. That direction. Um, so now we got that done. Let's move this. So let's start moving these. So W, straight, uh, W. So Q is for select, and Q, and then I'm going to use the marquee select to select both of these. I want them moved together. And so the marquee select, hit the letter Q, and then left click and drag, and it'll select both of these. And then hit W, and there we have it. So that's a pretty good pattern. I'm happy with it. All right. Just word of caution. Careful about Pluto. He's very easy to lose track of, so just make sure that you have him in mind. And yeah, so now you're able to see that there's a great separation between the ring and the planet itself. I'll go ahead and make another video on continuing this project.